OD was a term actually invented by some consultants in the 30s, even though it didn't become popular until the late 50s or 60s. Consultants working with SO and with General Mills. But OD definitely, the person that deserves credit is Kurt Levine, because even those people were influenced by Kurt Levine's work. And as OD developed early, there were several compelling components to it. One thing was that, well, certainly the T group was at its core. The early leaders all experienced T groups, and many led T groups. A second thing is action research was at its core. You involve the people who are doing the work in doing diagnosis, in coming up with ways to improve, and it's a continuous improvement process. But action research, which of course has influenced so much in the world today, lean manufacturing grew in Japan through action research, and Levine has received, Kurt Levine has received some appropriate credit for that. Just this little caveat, when it's introduced in America, it's also often introduced as a developed product rather than as a product that you can learn from, but a process of action research that you have to use to really put it in place well and sustain it. The other thing was participative management, and close to that is democracy, which was a passion of Kurt Levine, of course, having had family in the Holocaust and having escaped to America in the early 30s after teaching at the University of Berlin. But he was very big into democracy, and his studies in the 30s that he did with the boys groups. Actually, I think there were, we say 3 boys groups, but there were 4 different styles discovered. And those styles that were, I said discovered, really the one that was, one of them came up by accident, but the styles that they were left with were authoritarian, democratic, and laissez-faire. Now the dilemma was that when they put some people in to do the democratic, they went permissive or laissez-faire. So one of the learnings out of that they didn't plan on was that most people don't know how to do democracy. You have to learn that. And so Kurt Levine and John Dewey also were the ones that said, democracy has to be learned in every generation. Now, those were pillars of the early OD movement. We wanted wide participation. We certainly used action research all the time, in whether it was with groups, with projects, and the T group was a key to it. So that early history in the 50s and started to fall apart in the 60s.